So I thought we'd talk a bit about guitars a bit, because I'm so pleased I've got this back.
Yeah.
In a way it's never been away, but I feel like I've got it back. This is my 85, check serial number. Yeah, 1985, it's a Squier Strat. And I did literally get it in a junk shop.
1985 means it'll be Japanese.
It's Japanese,
it's not Korean.
It's like there's the absolutely superb Squiers that they made at Fujigen.
Yeah.
And then this is like the first mainstream generation that came out of Fujigen.
But before they went to Korea in about 86,
yeah, this is a classic made in Japan Squier.
Yeah.
And I picked it up, it was like a white, I mean you've seen it hanging on the wall in a lot of the videos I've got online. Like white painted, but I got it because I had the Floyd. It's like an original, the first Floyd that had the fine tuners on it. And about a year and a half ago,
was the Floyd fitted when you bought it?
Yes, not particularly well. It is slightly off kilter.
So it was a standard Strat, black headstock, so a standard Squier Strat that would originally have had a vintage trem.
Vintage trem. It's got the 6 holes in there.
So basically, it would have been that.
No, it was the contemporary series because it was routed for a single humbucker. I
know
that.
So it was HSS1, humbucker and 2 single coils.
Humbucker only.
Humbucker only.
Humbucker only, but vintage trem.
Yeah.
And it accompanied me. I got it with Floyd pre-fitted.
Yeah.
And over its life with me, it had various bits and bobs done. I cut the heel to get better access to the top fret, which I like, and various other bits and bobs. Main thing which you helped with was this pickup, which came from an old
Ibanez RG550.
Sounds about right.
RG550, one of the early Ibanez's that came in.
Yeah.
And we'll come to that because we're talking about modding.
Yeah. But yeah, so I got that pickup from you.
So that's
and it had various pickups over the years, and kind of settled back about a year and a half ago with just this humbucker,
which will be a Damasio.
It's Damasio.
IB10.
Damasio 4 Ibanez pickup.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Then I tinkered around with it. I think I changed the pots and put a tone control in the kill switch in.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't play it anymore. It literally just lost its mojo.
Yeah.
And then I decided I'm going to revitalise it. Yeah. Strip the paint off, get a heat gun, strip it all off, stain it, wax finish, warm off custom made scratch plate.
Yeah.
And this is a Damasio Satch track, which is basically they do the fast track 1 and fast track 2. Yeah. It's voiced slightly more for Joe Satriani.
And it'll be ridiculously high output.
It's not insane. I mean, compared to like your quarter pounders that you got in the telly or even like the hot rails.
Yeah.
It's like a fast track, but it's got a bit more. I suppose it responds a bit better to your picking dynamics.
Nice and bassy, not like.
Plenty bottom end on it, but it goes well with. So you've got the Ibanez humbucker.
We should point out at this time that pickup we think we're trying to work out is about 27 years old.
Yeah,
we think that's from my Ibanez in 1988.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas this one, fully the design on this is about a year old or something.
And what you can get out of that in relation to that. I mean, if you bought a new Damasio now, like super or tone.
Or the equivalent. I mean, the equivalent aspect like a super distortion or something. Quite an expensive pickup.
I think actually the other ones are stick and pull gilbits, aren't they? Super distortions.
Something like that. But it's amazing what it's a lump of it's dead wood.
Yeah.
It's metal, various bits of plastic here and there. But it's got how these things have a personality. It was literally like I don't know what I did by putting the other pickup in, by refinishing what it was, but it's like having an old friend back. I just cannot stop playing this guitar. I was noodling around on your Strat before. Yeah. That was the longest I've played another guitar since I got this one redone.
This is going to go out to the people who looking to buy guitars, want to spend a lot of money. And I'm not saying I've got nothing. I mean, Squiers now, we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
I know where there's 81, 82 Squiers, the original ones that were made, going for £700-800 plus because they're sought after. This is a Japanese Fender that we discussed the last time we were on. And guess where this was made?
That was Japan, I believe.
Japan.
Fujigen factory.
So actually, these two guitars, with having a different headstock, obviously there's more gone into this because it's a reissue, so it's vintage neck, nitro finish, yeah, stuff like that. But pretty much, the bodies are off the same production line a few years apart.
Yeah, and probably sourced from the same timber plant, same plantation.
Exactly.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. So never diss the fact that somebody's got a Squier on the headstock, or someone's got this on there, or they've got a Gretsch Electromatic because they can't afford the £2,000 full Gretsch, so they've gone for the made in Korea one or whatever.
But if you go, my geography of the Far East is quite bad, but a little bit further east, you get into
the Indonesia,
Korea and that. I mean, there's a huge plant, I think it's called World Guitars in Korea, and they make, on the same production line next to each other, they're making Schecter, they're making PRS, the SC, the LTD, range for Ibanez. Not Ibanez, is LTD?
No, ESP's
LTD range.
200 quid guitars that we just couldn't get when we were young.
But they get a specification from a manufacturer. Yeah. This is what we want at this price point. Can you make it?
Yeah. CNC machine shop where they all come out.
And
I mean, I work with a guy who's heavily. He likes the old the Beatles stuff, and he's got a Rick, and a decent one. But he's also, his main guitar is an Epiphone. I can't remember if it's a Sheraton. It's a Casino. It's a Casino. And he says, it's made in Japan, and it's made at this. Is it the Samick factory?
Samick, yeah.
Samick, no, sorry, it's the one that Samick became, because Samick's in Korea now, and they're making all the Epiphones. They're making all of these Greg Butler, stuff like that. And it's exactly as you say. It's just a machine shop. It's no different from Next making clothes or stuff.
It's that's your economics thing.
It is, and they can do it cheaper. Now, when we were, I paid in mid 80s or something like that. My first electric guitar was second hand with a little 10-watt combo amp, and it was a beat up. Do you remember old black Les Paul?
Yeah.
It was a copy. It was my first electric guitar, and that was £150 second hand, because people just didn't make them. It wasn't the supply and demand that there is now. And the sound, going back to the gear, the sounds you can get now for very little money.
Yeah.
It's just.
I just sort of have guilt, I suppose, as it were. When I think back, when we were, back in the day when we were struggling, saving up paper around money or whatever, because you want an electric guitar, you desperately wanted one. Now I've got quite a few. You've got quite a few. I do feel quite bad, because you can only play one at a time. You can be doing a gig, you can have one that you're playing and maybe one or two spares. I think each one I've got has to have something that the other guitars in the collection don't have.
In the arsenal.
In the arsenal, yeah. So that's intentionally why this one is drop D.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got another guitar which is a good general two-humbucker guitar with a Floyd type trem, but it's in standard tuning.
Yeah.
So this is the one I can have it set up when I've got the sound. It brings something. I think it's bad if you just have. I've got half a dozen Strats. I've got half a dozen Les Pauls. What's each one giving you the?
What's it bringing to the table?
Why should I have that? Why shouldn't I let somebody else have the opportunity to enjoy that guitar?
I think you're right there. It's. I'm predominantly. I've got Strats. I've got 3 Strats. The 2 that we've seen here today. I've got another one. I've got a Telecaster and a Les Paul. That's what I'm left with. I've had Gretches over the years. I've had other Strats that I've sold and stuff. And I think you have a guitar, as you were saying there, that you don't put down. This is my main number 1, and I need a backup for this playing live for when a string breaks or whatever. And that's basically that one. Sometimes that's sitting in drop D as a spare. So if I did break a string, I'd have to tune that up. But it means that if I've got to do a couple of things in drop D, I can just swap them and plug in the wireless and then away. But then it's it's not just about you're saying there you've got Floyd on it and stuff like that. It's different necks. You might want a guitar that's got a really high action because you set it up for slide. You want to play around with slide. You can't do it on a guitar like this. You just couldn't do it because the action's so low. You want it so it's more like an acoustic up there, so you get a good tread on the slide. It is a guilty pleasure having more than one.
It is,
people say why have you got so many? But they sound different. They if that was the case, if they didn't sound different, they didn't do things differently. Why Edge from U2, 19 guitars in one show? You wouldn't do it. And some of those will be alternate tunings. But take that out of the equation. No, maybe a couple of them are alternate tunes. It's because actually I get that sound on that Telecaster that sounds nice, so I want a Les Paul to do that.
Yeah.
Or I use 12-string Rick, you know, it's all those type of stuff.
Yeah.
Could you get away with one? Probably, if you had to, if times were hard.
Oh yeah, you could. I mean, I remember there was a long time I only had one guitar.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's just the little differences you have in sound that kind of you can justify having.
For me, it's sort of necks. You know, there's that neck. You know, and here this is this is vintage. This is fat. That one is the smallest neck Fender I've ever made, and that's up there with that is up there with a Wizard Ibanez. That's smaller than what my Ibanez neck was. But yeah, and then you got this one here, which is more like a Telecaster.
That is it's a very sort of 70s Telecaster.
Yeah, and then these two necks would be made in the same factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.